Something that I want also to mention that is important to consider in the guru-disciple relationship is, as I mentioned, the guru is expected to have deep knowledge of Shastra. Shabdi Paricha Nishnatam, says the Bhagavatam. Guru has to be Nishnatam, has to be bathed. Snan, you know the one snan, like bathing. So Snatam. So it has to be deeply immersed into Shabda, into the revealed knowledge, has to have spiritual insight of that knowledge, not only theory. But then Upasama Ashrayam, says the Bhagavatam. Upasama Ashrayam is a nice word. Upasama Ashrayam is the Guru has to have taken shelter in tranquility. That's a good word. You have to take shelter in tranquility. And the implications of that is the Guru has to have controlled mind and senses, and that implies he or she has to have a balanced humanity. That's how I like to put it. You have to be emotionally, psychologically, humanly balanced. Controlled mind and senses, that you have to have adhikar. The Guru has to have different types of adhikars, of eligibility, qualification. Having knowledge of Shastra, having realization of that knowledge, but also being a balanced human being, psychologically speaking. Because the two are not the same always. You can be very advanced spiritually and somehow be a little bit dysfunctional on a social level. It can happen. You can learn the stories of, I don't know, Bamsidas Babaji Maharaj, even Gaur Das Babaji. They were hyper advanced. But on the dynamics of relating to one another on a social level, they were avadut. They were like from another world, so to say. So they were not so much into the dynamics of relating to the world and instructing people and guiding them and addressing their own situations, because they were otherworldly. And it's perfect, it's okay. But to be a guru, to be someone who is extending this message to the world and accompanying people in their journey, you have to have some adhikar to empathize with what's going on in the life of the other person. Because if that's not there, even if you are very advanced spiritually, you have lots of knowledge, you have good intention, you are a good person, but you are not so capable or even what to speak, you may have some unaddressed human issues, unresolved trauma. It can happen. I mean, who is free from that? I mean, there are so many layers of that. So even if you have something of that and it has not been properly addressed and acknowledged, you can create situations of abuse toward your disciple, even if that was not your intention. You may not have that intention at all, but your own unresolved issue ends up being poured into the other person in the context of the relationship. And in fact, as I mentioned in my book, many of the most traumatic abuses many times were done by people who had unresolved human issues. They were not bad persons. They were just raw, not fully cooked on a human level, so to say. They were unresolved human issues, and they were unaware that they had unresolved human issues. So that became so normalized for them that ended up being taking the shape of one form of abuse or another.